And very good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to GCS Ballpark here in Sauget as we kick off the 2022 Collinsville Kahok baseball season. I am Todd Duke. Welcome in once again. A little bit of a late start here. Nothing seemed to work, and then we shut everything down, turned everything back on, and now everything seems to be working okay. So let's welcome you in to the Chiropractic Works pregame show here at GCS Ballpark. Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, owned and operated by Dr. Chris McCluskey. He and his crew are focused on helping as many people as possible live high-quality lives, all through chiropractic care and wellness. You can visit Dr. McCluskey at Chiropractic Works in Collinsville at 410 Regency Center. That's just off of the Beltline Road in Collinsville. Give them a call at 343-3602 or online at chiropracticworkscollinsville.com. All right, let's kick off this season. Collinsville, they came in to this year after having a rough year last year, 9-21 last year. They went 3-9 in the Southwestern Conference, finishing in 6th place out of the 7 teams. And Brett Swip is at the helm once again in his second year as the Collinsville head coach. Quincy, they went 11-14 last year. They went 7-7 in their conference, which is the Western Big Six Conference, and they also finished in 6th place in their conference out of 8 teams. They are coached by Brandon Crisp. He is in his 5th year and has a record of 34-57 in his previous 4 years. So the Cahoks come into the year looking for their first winning season since Pete Trapp's team went 18-17 in his final year of 12 seasons back in 2018. And Collinsville will be trying to get that elusive regional championship. They have not won one of those since 2008. They also won the sectional championship that year. Also, Crisp, he took the reins as the head coach of the Quincy Blue Devils in 2018 for John Brigham, who guided the Blue Devils to their last season with a winning record of 17-10. That was back in the 2017 season before losing to Granite City 5-3 in that regional semifinal that year. O'Fallon then ended up taking out Quincy in the regional semifinal game 3-0. The last regional championship that was won by Quincy was all the way back in 1999. Collinsville, they have won two state championships, one in 1941 and one in 1980, plus a second-place finish in 1983. Blue Devils have been to state twice in their baseball program's 77-year history. In 1945, they lost in the quarterfinals, and 1971, they went 25-10, but also lost in the quarterfinals. Cahoks were bounced out of last year's playoffs by Edwardsville by the tune of 12-0 in a shortened 5-inning game because of that score. Last playoff win for Collinsville was a 6-5 win over Granite City in 2018 in the regional semifinal at Belleville East, but the Cahoks ended up losing to the host Lancers 3-0 just a couple of days later. Quincy, they're looking for their first playoff win since 2018 also. They beat Springfield 5-1 in a regional semifinal in 2018 before losing 5-0 to O'Fallon in the regional championship game. And now you know the things that I know. Let's welcome in former Collinsville Kahok graduate, plus a hitting coach here at the Grizzly Ballpark for a number of years, and 1982 World Series champion third baseman for your St. Louis Cardinals, Ken Oberkfell. Mr. Oberkfell, how are you?
I'm great, Todd. How are you doing?
Fantastic, man. Nice to have you back for another year here of doing some Kahok baseball. So no stranger to opening day. What gets the juices flowing for you when we mention opening day?
Getting that first ball hit to you. You're just waiting. But once you get the first ground ball or fly ball, you catch it, it's just another ball game. And that's what we basically did in 82. We just catch the ball and say it's another ball game. And took us to the championship.
Yeah, catch the ball, throw the ball. I talked about a couple of those things with Collinsville head coach Brett Swip. We'll pass along that conversation to you next as the Chiropractic Works pregame show continues here on the Kahok Sports Network.
As the Director of Sports Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full-body approach, whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues. We have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
I couldn't ask for a better agent, for a better company in a disaster where you have no idea where to start.
I learned that there's not a given in life. It takes a team. There's people that are going to watch out for us and that care.
It's been pretty stressful. Once we saw Lori and got our plan, it's
like a huge weight lifted.
Drink it in. Powerful, vibrant, nutrient-rich fuel for healthy, active, experience-rich lives. So you can be your best self, live your best life, and rule the day.
As the Director of Sports Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full-body approach, whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues. We have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
And we welcome you back into the Chiropractic Works pregame show here on the Kahok Sports Network. We're in Sauget today at GCS Ballpark, and boy, is it a beautiful day to open up the 2022 Kahok baseball season. Joining us now is Collinsville baseball head coach Brett Swip. Let's talk about a little baseball and a little softball. Last year was your first year as the head guy at the baseball program. I mean, you know, it's basically the same balls and strikes and outs and runs and hitting and throwing the ball. How much different is it coming over from softball to baseball?
Well, as always, first off, thanks for being here. It's such a service to our community, so I always want to take those opportunities to say thank you, Todd, for you and your team. Coaching is pretty similar, right? You got X's and O's, and then you have relationships. That's what coaching is. The relationships are the same. You know, you're dealing with a different makeup a little bit in the male brain. So we talk a little bit about that, but we try to build relationships with all the guys the same way that we did with all the girls. And then it's X's and O's. X's and O's are pretty similar. Sometimes I think people overcomplicate it some, and especially on the softball side, they almost think it's so different than baseball. But there's a lot of similarities, so we don't treat it much different. You know, we have a big staff, just like we do did in softball, and try to hit certain specialty areas. But relationships and X's and O's, we try to do the best we can.
Pandemic-wise, a little bit different now. We didn't get to talk last year because we weren't doing in-person interviews, so that's a little bit different. How much different is it for you and the baseball team now?
I tell you what, it's hard to realize that, you know, we just keep hitting these firsts, you know, and this is the first full season since 2019. It's crazy. It's last year was such a whirlwind, and, you know, and getting involved in the program for the first time, and then the season was so fast and action-packed. It's just it's nice to have a couple weeks of practice. We had a full off season of open gyms. Probably have stronger relationships right now with our whole program up and down. It's really nice to get back to what a traditional baseball season is.
All right, let's talk about last year. I know you probably don't want to dwell on that one too much. A little bit of a rough year for you, man. 10-game losing streak to start the season. You only ended up winning 9 games. How do you correct things?
You know, we just have to build the right way to do things. And, you know, there were some of the guys in the program last year that started that for us. Just the consistent, mentally tough, fundamental way to build a program. Baseball is consistency and repetition, and it's doing the mundane things really well. And that's hard, especially for a young guy. You know, your mind wanders and your focus wanders, and before you know it, you're you know, behind in the count or made an error or whatever. It's a monotonous, mentally tough game, and we've needed to build that consistency. And, you know, like I said, some of the guys last year started that for us, so we're appreciative of that. It was a tough hand they were dealt. You know, hadn't played baseball in a few years themselves. Many of them had just played freshman ball and were coming up. And, you know, we had a very senior-dominant varsity team, and so we wanted to give them opportunities since they had lost a year. So, was a tough situation for everybody involved, but I'm appreciative of who those guys that did try to start building the right way, and our seniors this year have taken that lead from them, but they're also now jumping in and leading at an even deeper level to our underclassmen. So, it's all part of the story, and that was a chapter, and we know what that chapter was about, and we're excited for the next chapter.
For all intents and purposes, JV team had a really good year last year. So does some of that get to translate over to this squad this year?
Yeah, I think we'll keep improving over the next few years. Our JV team and our freshman team had a lot of success last year in the win column. Just about 90-95% of those kids have returned and have gotten stronger in the weight room, and so that's going to lead to more success. Now with that, we believe in a strong schedule. So this event hasn't happened in a few years, and Collinsville hasn't been in it in a few years. So we're back in this, which means we play the top 3As and 4As in the state. So our success isn't just the wins. We're going to win more. We're going to keep winning more, but ultimately we want to win the conference, and ultimately we want to win a regional. And to do that, we have to be in tournaments like this. We have to play big games. And that's what's exciting about Southwestern Conference. We have 3 teams in the Southwestern Conference that are top 25 in Illinois. It's incredible. It's incredible. Such a testament to baseball in this area, and we're excited to be a part of that. But with that, we have to get our guys and our fans and our coaches to all understand that they're watching a lot of college and actually, future professional baseball players are coming through this conference. So we're excited. Yeah, you're going to see more success, but even more than that, we're just going to really enjoy competing at this level.
That was your Kahok baseball coach, Brett Swip. We had to cut that interview off early due to our late start here due to technical difficulties, so we apologize for that. And we were expecting maybe some starting lineups to be announced before the national anthem, but that didn't happen either. So we're going to go ahead and get underway. As Connor Schwindler steps up to the plate, he'll be facing Chris Tillman on the mound. We'll pass along some numbers as we get them for you. And there's the first pitch of the 2022 season. It's a little bit high and outside, and we are underway. It'll be Connor Schwindler playing second base and leading off here for Quincy as Tillman brings in pitch number 2, and now we're even at 1-1. Noah Harbin waits on deck. He will bat second and play shortstop. Grayson Cook is the pitcher for Quincy. He'll bat third and do the pitching for the Blue Devils as Tillman uncorks another one, and a swing and a miss by Schwindler. And now Tillman is up in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Luke Medemeyer is the catcher. He'll be batting in the cleanup spot for Quincy. Roland Zanger bats in the number 5 hole. He plays right field as one goes high and outside. The count now even to Schwindler. Sam Skirvin bats in the number 6 spot. He plays first base. Batting 7th is Brady Walker. He'll hold down the duties at the hot corner at third base. Center fielder Logan Eaton bats in the number 8 spot. And a strikeout by Tillman to start off this game. And then we have Kenny Taylor, who will play center field and bat last for the Quincy Blue Devils. We'll run across the fielding here for Collinsville in just a moment. Gotta figure out where all my buttons are. It's hard to see up here with all this bright light from the sunshine, but I am not complaining about sunshine at all. Here is Noah Harbin. Harbin bats in from the right side as well, and he'll look at a first pitch strike. Defensively for Collinsville, you have Bryce Lemp in left field, Colby Anderson in center field, Jackson Perrell is in right field, Isaac Lemansky is at third base, Darren Pinnell is at shortstop, and the second baseman Josh Scrum has that one go right past his glove, and then you have Ethan Bagwell over at first base. And Chris Tillman on the mound for Collinsville. We'll give you some numbers on him in just a moment. And the catcher is Cy Turner for Collinsville. So a runner on first base, 1 out. And that's how we get things going here in the top of this first inning. Tillman, he's ready. He pitches, and he floats one in there for a called strike. Batter is Grayson Cook. Cook last year batted .209 with 12 RBIs and 5 doubles as Harbin stands over at first base with 1 out here in the top of the first inning. Tillman, the righty, ready to go, swinging a foul ball out of play.
Think about Tillman. He's throwing strikes, working ahead, getting ahead of the count, and that's what he has to do.
Yeah, he's a hard thrower, too. He's
got more velocity than I remember him having.
Pretty good last year and probably got a little bit bigger this year. He's a senior this year. As he's ready for a 0-2 pitch to Grayson Cook, swinging a high fly ball. That one's in shallow right field. Scrum calls for it. He has it in the grass right in front of Jackson Peril, and there are 2 away.
Just pound that strike zone.
That's the name of the game. In the cleanup spot, Luke Medemeyer. He's the catcher for Quincy. Medemeyer last year batting .297 with 13 runs batted in, 6 doubles to his credit. As Tillman gets ready to work, Tillman last year pitched in 8 games, had a 5-0 record, a 1-1 record. He had 5 starts, and the first one is in there for Medemeyer. Tillman, 23 innings pitched, 21 runs, 14 of those earned. Last year with a 4.20 earned run average. He gave up 5 doubles, 3 triples, but he did not give up a long ball at all last year in those 23 innings.
That's a good sign.
It is. Tillman ready with the 0-1. Waiting for the sign here from Cy Turner. He gets it. And from the stretch, Tillman will throw to first. They got the runner hung up. Ethan Bagwell down to shortstop. And Darren Pinnell lays the tag on, and that'll end the inning. A nice little 1-3-6 put out will end the inning, and Collinsville will have their first chance to come up to the plate. And we'll give you the rundown here of the Collinsville lineup right after we take a timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network.
The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the Kahok Sports Network and KahokSports.com.
And once again, welcome back to GCS Ballpark here in Sauget. Todd Duke and Ken Oberkfell along with you. Glad that you're with us here for opening day between your Collinsville Kahawks and the Quincy Blue Devils. These 2 schools just met 2 weeks ago yesterday at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium with a sectional semifinal basketball game on the line. A game that Quincy won on a last-second shot to win by just 2 measly points to knock Collinsville out of the playoffs. Then Quincy went on to beat Normal at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium that following Friday night before they ended up falling in super sectional play.
And that's tough when you get to that point, and you're 1 game away, or 1 or 2 games away from going to the state tournament, and you get beat by a buzzer beater.
Yeah.
It's frustrating.
Yeah, and they had 3 buzzer beaters in that game, did Quincy. At the end of the first half and at the end of the third quarter, they had buzzer beaters. So
wow.
That was a 3 buzzer beater game, and I think that was a no pitch call there by the first base umpire. So we'll start that one over again. All right, here's your Collinsville lineup. Colby Anderson, the Kahawk quarterback, will lead things off. He plays center field. He'll be followed by the pitcher Chris Tillman. Ethan Bagwell playing first base and batting third. Josh Scrum in the cleanup spot this year, holding down duties at second base as we await another pitch coming up here, and a swing and a high fly ball. That one's got some trouble written all over. It's going to fall down in the gap. It's going to roll all the way to the warning track, and on with a leadoff double is Colby Anderson. Nice.
Very nice piece of hitting. Doesn't try to go do too much. Got a pitch to hit. Put it right where we wanted to.
And I just realized I forgot to write down my defensive setup here for Quincy. So you're going to have to give me a moment on that. I might not get around to that until the next half inning. Here is Chris Tillman. Tillman last year batted .348, had 21 runs batted in. He had that 1 big home run that you and I witnessed over there at Fletcher Field.
Yep.
Cleared the fence by a mile, it seemed like.
At least.
Yeah. Anderson at second base gets his lead. First pitch to Chris Tillman is outside. So after Josh Scrum in the 4-hole, Isaac Lemansky bats 5th. He plays third base. Jackson Peril bats 6th and plays right field. Cy Turner is behind the plate batting 7th. Darren Pinnell holding down the duties at shortstop, batting 8th, and batting 9th is left fielder Bryce Limp. A bunt, and a nice bunt at that, picked up by the pitcher for Quincy, and a long throw, and in time, they got the runner at first base, but Colby Anderson moves over to third base on a nice sacrifice bunt by Chris Tillman, who almost beat it out.
It was close, no question about that. But he executed. He moved the runner. That's what you want to do.
That's exactly right. Here is Ethan Bagwell. Bagwell also a big member of the Kahok football team in the fall.
He's got the great baseball name, Bagwell.
Mm-hmm. So Collinsville with a runner just 90 feet away to score this first run. Bagwell steps up to the plate. Only had 12 plate appearances last year as a varsity player. Batted 100 and had 1 run batted in. So he looks to build on that. He had great success, though, on the JV team. Swinging a shot to the third baseman, and coming home is going to be Colby Anderson to throw. Nice scoop over there by the Quincy first baseman, but Collinsville gets that rung home, and a leadoff double, a sacrifice bunt, and a productive infield ground out by Ethan Bagwell, and Collinsville has a 1-0 lead. Nicely done.
And we talked about fundamentals all last year that I can remember, and right there we scored a run on fundamentals.
Yes.
We did the little things, got him over, didn't panic, got a pitch, and they handled it. It's fun to see.
All right, here is Josh Scrum. Scrum, the second baseman, steps in from the right side, looks at one high and outside. Scrum last year, 24 at bats, batted 125 with 4 runs batted in. He was hurt a lot of the time last year.
Yes, he was.
And I noticed that he's not doing the catching duties today, and they're probably trying to save his legs for a little bit of second base action.
He's built for a second baseman. He's definitely built for a second baseman.
All right, next pitch on the way, and a swing and a little blooper. That's going to fall right in front of the shortstop. And the shortstop is Harbin, and they got him anyway, so I guess those legs didn't heal all the way through. All right, so the inning comes to a close, but not before Collinsville takes care of putting 1 run across the plate on the 1 base hit. No one left on base. No errors committed in the inning either. And after 1 inning of play, we will head to the top of the second inning. Quincy will come to the bat for the second time, and we'll be back to tell you all about it here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahok alums. Located at 302 East Main Street, Code 3 Barbecue Supply is your home for one-of-a-kind everything barbecue headquarters, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, smokers, rubs, sauces, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning rubs and sauces and donates 25 cents a unit sold to first responder and military organizations to aid the fallen and assist with suicide prevention and PTSD awareness. Stop on by. See the guys at Code 3 Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of the Memphis in May first place world champion Patriot sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at code3spices.com.
Once again, back to GCS Ballpark we are after 1 inning of play. Collinsville with the 1-0 lead. Quincy with their second at bat, and they'll lead things off with the catcher Luke Medemeyer, who was up at the plate when Noah Harbin was thrown out trying to steal. And a swing and a miss by Medemeyer. Medemeyer, I think I already told you that, 297 last year, 13 runs batted in, 9 doubles to help those run batted ins go up.
Pretty solid year for him.
Yeah. As Tillman is ready with another swing and a miss on a pitch outside, and a little foul tip that stays in the glove of Turner. So quickly 0-2. A little bit of a breeze blowing out there. That American flag blowing from the right field, make that the left field corner to the right field side.
This is the left-handed pull hitter's paradise.
Oh, yeah. Next pitch, a little off speed, popped up. It's going to land right in front of Tillman, but he's going to let it go out of bounds, and it does. And that's just a foul ball, and we'll do it all over again. Heard that you and the infield got together earlier this year to celebrate 20 years of that World Series championship. Ozzie Smith and Keith Hernandez, Tommy Hurd. You guys have a good time?
It was awesome. We had a great time. Keith couldn't make it. He'd had, I think, hip replacement, but we had him on Zoom or whatever. But it was just a good time. The weather was horrible as we had ice and snow and everything. But we did have a lot of fun. And they've been trying to get this done for 2 years now. So we finally was able to get it in, and it was a lot of fun.
Swing and a miss by Medemeyer. That's 2 strikeouts now in the game by Chris Tillman. And 1 out here in the inning. I'm going to get my exercise today, man, all this up and down stuff here. I got to bend down so I can see my screen. Top of the second, one out, and up steps Roland Zanger, who takes one for a strike. Zanger last year, 229, 5 runs batted in, 1 double in his power hitting prowess of last year. This is part of a tournament that's going on here today and Friday. There's another game right after this one as well, so I'm kind of very happy that we got the first game because today is the daughter's 18th birthday, and her and my wife are out now celebrating, and after this game wraps up, I'm going to go out and meet them and help continue the celebration. So happy birthday, Addison Duke. I know she's not listening, but happy birthday anyway.
You never know. She might be listening.
She's busy. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts as Medemeyer and Zanger go down. 3 strikeouts now for Tillman, and he's cruising right along here in the early going. Nice to see.
He's throwing a lot of strikes.
That will bring up Sam Skirvin, the first baseman. Skirvin not on the list of offensive stats from last year, so probably saw most of his action on the JV side of things. He takes one for a ball. Tillman works quickly as he stands there as I say that. And the next pitch on the way. That one's a little high.
That's like I was saying. He's throwing a lot of first pitch strikes in ball 1.
Yeah, ball 2. Yeah. We had to go and open our mouths, didn't we?
Yep.
Yeah, the old announcer jinx. That one's a little low. Ball 3. All right, we'll just stop saying stuff now.
That's right.
We'll just give you the description of the game. Stop interjecting our thoughts. Next pitch, that's a strike. All right, dimension-wise, I can see 318 down the third base line. I can't see any other numbers. So it's larger than Fletcher Field at Woodland Park. Let's just say that. Swing and a miss, and it's a little foul tip, and it's 3-2 now from a 3-0 to a 3-2 count for Tillman.
It's probably close, but I know right field is pretty short.
Yeah, it looks a little short. That's because teams stack up their right-handers. Look at that. He struck out the side. He fell behind Sam Skirvin, 3-0, and came back and struck him out. 3 strikeouts in a row, 4 in the game now for Chris Tillman, and that is lovely to see. We will head to the bottom half of the second inning as Collinsville looks to add on to their 1-0 lead, and we'll be back here to tell you all about it in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network. Just because you can cut your own hair doesn't mean you should. The Shop, a great place in Collinsville for men and boys haircuts, is where you should take your hair. The Shop is owned and operated by Collinsville High School graduates Danny Kress and Jody Neiman, and is located at 103 South Seminary Street in Uptown Collinsville. The Shop isn't just another place to get a haircut, as Danny and Jody take great joy in getting to know their clients and look forward to turning those clients into friends. When you sit in a stylish chair at the Shop, Jody and Danny pride themselves on getting to know you well enough to say the usual. So, men and boys, if you're tired of the same old cookie-cutter approach to haircuts, check out Danny and Jody at the Shop. You may just walk out with not only a fantastic cut, but you may also walk out with a friend or two. The Shop in Collinsville, 618-772-7175. No appointment necessary. The Shop, 103 South Seminary in Uptown Collinsville. And once again, Todd Duke and Obergfell back with you from GCS Ballpark here in Sauget. Middle of the batting order coming up here for Collinsville. Third baseman Isaac Lemansky. Right fielder Jackson Perrell. Catcher Cy Turner. If anyone can get on, Darren Pinnell will have a chance to bat. Cook is on the mound, and a swing and a miss by Isaac Lemansky.
He was trying to hit that ball 500 feet.
No, he needs to hit it 318.
I know.
Grayson Cook is the pitcher. And a swing and a pop-up. This one's going to be out of play. All right, now you have the rest of the defense down here for Quincy. Cook is pitching to Medemeyer behind the plate. You have Skirvin at first, Schwindler at second. Harbin is at shortstop. Walker is at third base. And in the outfield from left to right is Taylor and Eaton in center and Zanger in right field as Cook is ready with the next. A swing and a miss, and down on strikes goes Isaac Lemansky. And that's the first strikeout of the game for Cook. And up to the plate steps Jackson Perrell. Lemansky, he did not have any at-bats last year on the varsity side. All his time was spent on the JV side, but Jackson Perrell comes up to the plate. Peril batted .313 last year. 9 runs batted in, a triple and 8 doubles. Takes the first one for a strike, and Jackson Peril at the plate. Cy Turner on deck. Cook. He is a righty thrower, and he paints one in there again for a strike. 0-2 quickly the count to Peril, so a little bit of a bump in the first inning for Cook, but he seems to be settling down right now.
He is.
0-2 pitch on the way to Peril. Swinging a foul ball out of play again. What a gorgeous day, about 73 degrees when I pulled up, not a cloud in the sky.
And it's supposed to get cold Friday.
Yeah, no, we're not going to talk about that yet. I'm going to enjoy this while I can.
Exactly.
I got rid of the hoodies and the sweatshirts, and I got a short sleeve shirt on, so
there you go.
Something's getting better here. Swinging another foul ball, almost in the same spot. Collinsville will be back here Friday to take on Lockport in another one of these tournament games called the PBR tournament. Nope, not professional bull riders. Swing and a miss, and down on strikes goes Peril. Back-to-back strikeouts now for Cook, and we've seen 5 strikeouts in a row between these two teams. Here's Cy Turner. Turner getting his first action on the varsity side.
Pitching and defense, that's what you're looking for. And we're getting both of that right now.
Yes, we are. All righty, Cook ready to go, and he paints the outside corner. 0-1. He's up there pumping strikes now, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
Wide open up the middle. Get one back through the box. He'll be on first base with no problem at all. Problem is Cook's throwing strikes, and we're either fouling them off, swinging through them, or taking them. 0-2. So Cook trying to strike out the side, just like Tillman did in the last half inning. Here is the 0-2. Swinging there, some contact, and Harbin's up with it over at shortstop. Long throw and a skip right past the first baseman as that one hits that brown turf out there, and on his way to second base after the throwing error is Cy Turner. So E6 puts a runner on at first base for Collinsville.
Capitalize on the mistake right there. They made the error. We got to capitalize there here. And
that's exactly right. We're going to have a courtesy runner for the catcher, as is usually the case for the catcher and the pitcher. And for Collinsville, that would be Jerry Richardson. Well, we know he can run. The running back for your Collinsville Kahawks broke the single season record for most yard gained by a Kahawk this past fall, so we know he's got the speed. And here is one of the wide receivers on that football team, Darren Pinnell, playing shortstop today for Collinsville. He laces one out to right field. Richardson's on his horse. He's being waved home by Coach Swip. Here comes the throw, and it's not in time, and Collinsville takes a 2-0 lead.
That's taking advantage of the situation. It's a nice piece of hitting. Good running. He got a great jump off second base.
Sure did. So a nice little RBI base hit by Darren Pinnell. Richardson comes around to score pretty easily.
That could have been the courtesy runner right there.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
All that happening with 2 outs. Here is Bryce Limp, the number 9 batter in the order. And he slices one out into the outfield. On the move is Eaton. He gets there after one bounce. On his way to third base, and in there safely is Pinnell. And Collinsville has runners at the corners with 2 outs. There, they're not going to pay attention. They're going to throw him, and he is out at second base. Oh, man, I tell you what. Bryce Limp, he thought no one was paying attention to me, so I'm going to go ahead and run. And all of a sudden, he was paid attention to, and a 1-4 putout will end the inning. And Collinsville will pick up another run, but, man, we all won't know. It could have been a lot more, as we will head now to the top of the 3rd inning, and Quincy finds themselves trailing now by a score of 2-0, and we're back in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
Plumbing or electrical problems? Is your AC or heater on the fritz? There are dozens of companies out there, but do you really know who you're letting in your home? Trust Tiger. Our technicians are clean-cut, drug-free, and background-checked. What other company can make this bold statement? Our 24-hour emergency service will ensure your plumbing, heating, AC, and electric are up and running no matter what time of day it is. Schedule your appointment today. Tiger Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical Services. We earn our stripes every day.
And once again, welcome back to GCS Ballpark here in Sauget. I'm Todd Duke. Ken Oberkfell, 1982 World Series third baseman champion for your St. Louis Cardinals, plus Collinsville Kahok graduate. You were the hitting coach here too, weren't you?
I was here in Gateway 2 years. Yes, I was.
So
great facility. Fan friendly. Just
wasn't Danny Cox over here for a little while?
He managed here for a while.
Yeah.
That was early when the Grizzlies were in effect. But Coxie managed a while.
Yeah, I thought so.
Right, the umpires tried to stay away from him because he was so darn big.
I bet. He was a big dude. He had that gnarly-looking face with all that facial hair on it, and he had that mean look. There's a swing and a miss by Brady Walker. Bottom three in the order here for Quincy. Brady Walker, the third baseman, Logan Eaton, the center fielder, and Kenny Taylor, the left fielder. If any one of those aforementioned Blue Devils can get on, we'll be back to the top of the order, and Connor Schwindler. It's a 2-2 count now to Walker. Here's the pitch, a swing and a foul ball back to the screen, and we'll do it all over again. Well, Collinsville took advantage of an error in that last half inning, got a run out of it, had runners on the corners, and then they ran themselves out of an inning.
Yes, they did.
The lefty Tillman ready to go again. And that one's a little low and outside, so a full count now to Brady Walker.
It's like when he got thrown out at second. That's where you really avoid eye contact with your manager.
Yeah, you do that. Walker batted 196 last year, and a swing and a miss down on strikes. That's 4 strikeouts in a row now for Chris Tillman, 5 in the game.
Pound that strike zone.
He is.
Yes, he is.
Logan Eaton steps up to the plate. And Eaton, 190. He batted last year on limited duty, 7 runs batted in, a couple of doubles. He's a senior this year, so might not have been used as much or maybe missed some time with an injury. I don't want to speculate, but I just did, didn't I?
Yes.
0-1 the count, and Tillman ready to go. And that one hits the inside corner, and it's a quick 0-2 count now against the center fielder for Quincy, Logan Eaton. Tillman looks in to Turner, has his sign, and delivers. Up high. Ball 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tillman ready to go back to work. Swinging a laser shot into center field and a diving catch by Colby Anderson. Boy, oh boy. Scored the first run of the game, makes a diving catch in center field, and that'll stop the 5 strikeouts in a row. But, man, I'll tell you what, if you're going to stop a streak like that, it's nice to see a play like that.
Yes, it is.
That was a, what Mike Shannon call him, a frozen rope.
Frozen rope.
2 away. Kenny Taylor, the number 9 man in the order for Quincy, steps up to the plate. Taylor did not play on the varsity side last year, and he kind of swung through that one like he didn't mean to.
I think he started and went, oops.
Yeah, don't want to swing at that pitch, but it's too late. 0-1 pitch on the way from Tillman. Swing and a miss. I'll remind everybody, no post-game interview after this one. We're going to wrap things up quickly after this one ends because I have a birthday girl waiting for me to join her for dinner. So we apologize to the sponsors. Cafe Agape would be the post-game sponsor here today, and I'm sure that Ron McGee and Dana and everybody there will understand. Tillman ready with a 1-2 pitch. Strike 3 called on the inside corner. That's the second time that Tillman has caught a batter looking at the third strike. So once again, a 1-2-3 inning, back-to-back 1-2-3 innings by Collinsville, Chris Tillman, and the rest of the Kahawks. We will head now to the bottom half of the third inning, the home half of the third. Collinsville will see if they can add on. They got 1 run in the first, 1 run in the second. What are they going to do in the third? We'll find out in just a moment on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Whether building a new home, making an addition to the home you currently own, or finally getting around to that remodeling job you've been putting off, Pace Design and Construction in Maryville can help. Pace Design and Construction is a building and remodeling contractor you can trust. They provide the highest quality, they are dedicated to their customers, and are committed to completing your project on time and within budget. Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Give them a call at 618-407-5466, online at pacedesignconstruct.com, or on Facebook at Pace Construction Design. Are the lights on your dashboard putting on a show? Bring it to Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Mike's Automotive is also a T3 certified tire center. They can handle all of the basics like oil changes and tune-ups, and the not-so-basics like complete engine rebuilds. Mike's Automotive also has 24-hour towing and has 3 locations: Millstadt, St. Louis, and in Collinsville. The Collinsville location is at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call 345-0611, online at mikesautomotive.net and Mike's Automotive on Facebook.
We're back here at GCS Ballpark in Sauget. And Collinsville batting in the bottom of the third. And back to the top of the order, Colby Anderson gets hit by the pitch. So Anderson on base for the second time in as many at-bats. You know, if it was nice and cold outside, that would hurt.
That would have hurt.
Nothing worse than being hit by a baseball when it's cold outside.
You got that right.
Also up on the list is hitting a baseball the wrong way off of the bat and having that bat shiver and go up your hands, and your hands are tingling. I couldn't stand that.
Yeah, it takes a while to get the feeling back,
too.
It does. So everybody's sitting there looking, come on, get in the batter's box, get in the box. And I'm trying to.
Yeah. Got to try to get the feeling back in my hands. You always want me to hit the ball, don't you? Got to have my hands for that. Throw over to first base, and Anderson's back in time. Anderson doubled and scored his first time up and gave Collinsville that quick 1-0 lead. And Chris Tillman, who sacrificed him over to third base in his first at-bat, stands in there from the left side and has a 0-1 count against him. Anderson leads from first, and Grayson Cook, the righty for the Quincy Blue Devils, throws another one over there, and back in time once again is Colby Anderson. I was scouring the Quincy Blue Devils roster, see if I recognize any of the names from the basketball team. The original roster they gave me last week had Reed O'Brien on it, who had a big part in that win for Quincy a couple of weeks ago, but they sent me a new roster yesterday, and he was not on it.
Really?
Yeah, so I don't know if he decided to not play or if he was dealing with some nagging injuries from basketball season and it prevented him from playing.
Wow.
Here I am speculating again, right?
That's all right.
0-2 the count.
0-2
the count to Tillman. Anderson gets his lead from first base. Straight away in the outfield. And the pitch from Cook, swinging a foul ball. Back to the screen. Ethan Bagwell will retrieve it and hold on to it. So it stays 0-2 to Chris Tillman. This is the last game we have for you during the week. We have a doubleheader softball game for you Saturday. 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. as your Lady Kahawks take on the Cyclones from Sacred Heart Griffin High School. Anderson goes. Here's the throw. It's not going to be in time, and Anderson is safe at second base. The called strike 3 on Tillman, so Tillman goes down, and there's one out in the inning, but down at second base is Colby Anderson with another potential run here for Collinsville.
He had a great jump. Got a great jump.
Yeah, he was off and running when I was saying the windup. So a runner at second base now for Collinsville. One out. We're in the bottom of the third. And the pitch comes into Ethan Bagwell. Bagwell grounded out to the third baseman Walker his first time up, but that scored Anderson from third base. So Ethan Bagwell with an RBI here today. 1 ball, no strikes to count to Bagwell. Next pitch coming from Cook. He'll check on Anderson at second and bring it home. Swinging a high fly ball. That one's down the line, and that one's into the corner fair. Anderson's going to have no problem trotting home from second base and scoring the Kahawks' 3rd run. And down at second base with an RBI double is Ethan Bagwell, and Collinsville leads by a score of 3-0 here.
Taking advantage of it, getting good pitches, hitting them, and running aggressively. This is a pretty good-looking Kahawk club here in the first game.
Nice to see, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. We had to suffer through that 10-game losing streak to start last year. That was rough.
That was real rough.
Here's Josh Scrum. Scrum grounded out to the shortstop Harbin his first time up, and this one he chops down the third baseline, but that one's going to stay foul right in between Walker and Coach Swip down in the third base batter's box, or coach's box. So another run home. Collinsville right now has scored a run in every inning. Let's see if we can put some crooked numbers up on that scoreboard. Cook checks on Anderson at second, brings it home. Swinging a high fly ball. This one's going to get out of play off to the right-hand side. In Souvenir Land. Not a lot of folks out here. I see Clay Smith, our athletic director, sitting down there all by himself, soaking in some sun. Got the sunglasses on, shorts, short sleeve shirt.
Dang.
All right, Cook's ready with an 0-2 pitch to Josh Scrum. Here it comes. Swinging a high fly ball to center field, and Eaton is there. He'll have it for out number 2. And now it'll be up to Isaac Lemansky to bring anyone home here.
Number 23, Isaac Lemansky.
Lemansky struck out his first time up. Here's the pitch. Oh, I don't know where that one was.
I'm not sure, but it didn't look like a strike.
Lemansky trying to drive in Ethan Bagwell from second base here. Give Collinsville a 4-0 lead. Here's the pitch from Cook. Swinging a foul ball out of play. 2 outs, bottom of the 3rd. Collinsville up 3-0. Colby Anderson has scored 2 of those 3 runs. The other one scored by Jerry Richardson, who came in as a courtesy runner for Cy Turner in the 2nd. Cook from the stretch checks on his runner and pitches. And a foul ball that stays right behind home plate. Coaching staff over at Quincy delivers that ball back. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. 2 outs in the inning. Collinsville has a runner at second. Cook is ready with another delivery to Lemansky. Here it is.
Ooh.
Swinging another foul ball out of play. Went up for one of those high pitches out of the strike zone. Some players, man, they like those eye-high fastballs.
There's a lot of people that do.
Now the shortstop, Harbin, wants to come in and let Cook know about something. You know, Dave Parker for the Pittsburgh Pirates, man, he used to love those eye-high fastballs, and he would sling frozen ropes all over the field.
He would crush him.
Cook checks on his runner, and that's probably what the shortstop was talking about. He was probably telling him he was getting a little bit of a larger lead and go ahead and snap a throw over there, but Schwindler caught the ball, but not in time to take care of Bagwell at second base. So another 1-2 pitch still awaits Isaac Lemansky. Cook checks on Bagwell, brings it home. Swinging a little seeing eye base hit right through the right side of the infield. That's going to score Ethan Bagwell, and Collinsville puts up a crooked number.
That way. Nice piece of hitting right there. That did the job. Goes back to the dugout, a happy camper.
Yeah. Collinsville adds on their lead, 4-0. Runner at first base is Isaac Lemansky. Here is Jackson Perrell, a strikeout victim his first time up when Cook took care of Lemansky and Peril in order. Now the ball gets away, and on his way to second base is Isaac Lemansky, and that chipped right off of the catcher's glove, so that'll be scored as a passed ball. And down to second is Lemansky. Peril looking for something to drive now to give Collinsville another run home. This one is outside, but it hits the corner. And Peril in an 0-2 hole. Trying not to strike out in his first 2 at-bats of the season.
How about a little bloop single to right center?
Wind picked up all of a sudden again, too. It was dead there for a minute.
Yeah.
Cook checks on his runner. Jumping around back there is Lemansky. Here's the pitch. Outside. Called a ball this time by the home plate umpire. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count to Jackson Peril. We're in the bottom of the third. Collinsville leads 4-0. Cook looks into his catcher Medemeyer, has his sign, checks on his runner, and brings it home. Inside this time. And the ball gets away from the catcher again, and down at third base goes Lemansky.
Good heads-up running right there.
I guess the catcher just lost that one after he got a glove on it. Couldn't find it for a second. By the time he did, he just missed throwing out Lemansky. So now Collinsville has run number 5 just 90 feet away. Next pitch to Peril. Oh, a called strike on the outside corner. And this time Peril goes down looking, and that is the third and final out of the inning. But Collinsville picks up 2 runs here in this bottom of the third inning. They did so on a couple of base hits and a hit batter, and 1 runner left on base. We will head now to the 4th inning. Collinsville, they're leading this one by a score of 4-0. And we'll be back here to tell you about the beginning of the 4th inning in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipSt.Louis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884. The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org.
Back to the top of the order here for Quincy and Connor Schwindler. As Chris Tillman, the lefty, goes back to work here for Collinsville. We're in the top of the 4th inning. Kahoks lead 4-0, and that's in there for a strike, and that'll even the count at 1-1 to Connor Schwindler. He got caught looking at the third strike his first time up. Collinsville, because of that picked-off runner in the first inning, Tillman has faced the minimum. 3 batters in each inning. And a swing and a high fly ball to the outfield. On the move is the right fielder, Peril, and he's in there for the catch, and there's 1 away. There is Noah Harbin. Harbin singled in the first inning and then was thrown out on a 1-3-6 play when he tried to pilfer second base from the Kahawks. We're in the top of the 4th. Collinsville leads 4-0, and the next pitch to Harbin from Tillman is...
Where was that?
I don't know. I was about ready to ask the same thing. Tillman ready with another. That one's inside. 3-0 to Noah Harbin, the shortstop for Quincy. And Tillman comes right back and throws a strike. And 3-1 now the count. Fell behind a batter earlier, 3-0, and came back and struck him out, trying to accomplish the same thing here. And there's a swing and a miss, and quickly it's a full count from 3-0 to 3-2 again. Deja vu all over. Again.
Okay.
Yogi Berra-ism. There's a swing and a base hit up the middle. And Harbin is on for the second time. We'll see if he wants to try to steal again.
Yeah. I hope he does.
Well, if he does, I hope we have the same outcome.
Exactly.
Yeah. There's the pitcher, Grayson Cook, who had a little pop fly in shallow right field that was taken care of by the second baseman, Josh Scrum, back in the first inning. So 1 out, runner on first. Tillman ready with the first pitch, and a swing and a foul ball out of play.
He's pounding that strike zone. That's what you want to do.
Tillman's older sister by about a year. One of the Kahok bowlers. Was the team manager last year for the baseball team.
Do we have a team bowlers?
Yes, we do.
Collinsville?
That was our last state championship, 2010. The girls brought home first place. Here's a 1-1 pitch to Grayson Cook.
I thought bowling.
A chance for a double play ball. At shortstop is Pinnell. He tosses over, and the throw to first is not going to be in time. But we have 2 outs in the inning. Yeah, that was the last team championship that Collinsville has won.
I thought bowling was we'd take our girlfriends on a date and go bowling.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that.
That's a big-time sport nowadays.
I guess it is.
Yeah. 2 away. Grayson Cook reaches on the fielder's choice. Harbin was out 6-4. Couldn't complete the 6-4-3 double play, though. But there are 2 outs in the inning, so just 1 more out from getting out of this inning. And here is Luke Medemeyer, the catcher, who was a strikeout victim his first time up. That was back in the second when Tillman struck out the side. Not going to happen this time, but a fly ball again in shallow right field. And once again, Josh Scrum is there to make the putout, and that will end the inning. So Collinsville couldn't get the 1-2-3 inning that they've been getting here recently, but it doesn't matter anyway. No one scores. We'll change sides. Bottom of the 4th will come your way next. Collinsville will see if they can put another run up. They have so far in every inning, so why not keep that going? We'll be back to tell you all about it in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Calling all sports fans. Looking for a great place to watch the game with your crew? Look no further than the Lucky Fox Sports Bar in Caseyville. The Lucky Fox shows Collinsville Kahok sports on the big screen, plus UFC fights, boxing, Cardinals and Blues, and all of the NFL games with the NFL ticket and enough TVs that you'll be sure to find the game you want. And the food? How about Taco Tuesdays, Wing Wednesdays, plus burgers, sandwiches, pizza, steak, and more, including great drink specials and the coldest brew in town. And don't forget to try your luck at the Lucky Fox Gaming Room. Dine in and catch a game, or order carryout with the Lucky Fox. The Lucky Fox Sports Bar, 1101 Caseyville Road, right across the street from Kahok Stadium. Open daily at 11 a.m. Check out the Lucky Fox Facebook page for daily specials. The Lucky Fox, 618-855-9500.
Todd Duke, Ken Obergfell back with you from GCS Ballpark here in Sauget. Season opener for both Collinsville and Quincy. Right now, Collinsville enjoying the success, 4-0 as we head into the bottom of the 4th inning. Tell you what there, Mr. Obergfell, it's nice to see some baseball, and it's nice to know that the big leaguers are going to be playing some of this fun game here real soon after that lockout finally ended.
Thank God that lockout ended. I mean, both sides were... For a minute there, I wasn't sure if it was going to work or not, but they finally figured it out, and especially after the pandemic and everything like that, fans need baseball. They want baseball.
That they do, and
they're going to get it.
Yep. Off the top of the Kahok dugout on the swing and a foul ball there by Cy Turner. It'll be Turner, Pinnell, and Limp. Bottom of the order for Collinsville. If anyone gets on, back to the top of the order in Colby Anderson as Grayson Cook is back out onto the bump for another inning of work for Quincy. Yeah, I was starting to get upset. I was not liking what either side was saying or doing or not doing, and I'm glad they finally got it worked out. Actually, I was surprised when I got out of work that day and turned on my car. It was automatically on 101 ESPN, and they were already talking about how it was over with, and I was very happy to hear that, but very surprised.
Yeah, I was too, especially when they canceled the first series, and then they canceled the second series, and they weren't even talking really.
I know.
They were just like meeting at 3 a.m. for coffee and donuts, but they finally got it figured out, and I'm glad. I'm happy, and like I said, the fans are going to be happy to get to watch baseball.
Oh yeah. Swing and a miss by Turner. He goes down swinging, and that's the 5th strikeout on the afternoon for Cook. And that'll bring up Darren Pennell. Pennell, he singled home a run in his first at bat. Singled home Jerry Richardson from second base.
I don't know, but he looks like he can run.
Oh, yeah, he's fast. He's one of our good wide receivers. He'll be leaned upon this coming fall as a wide receiver after the graduation of Travion Swaggart later this year. There's a bunt. We'll see that speed in action right now. That one's going to roll foul, though, but he was down that line quick, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. Okay, now I know he can run.
He can. Bottom of the 4th is where we are. Now we got to see what kind of moves the Cardinals make in this very, very short offseason because they couldn't do anything, couldn't make any moves after December 1st when the lockout began. So
right, and in spring training, it doesn't take those players long to get ready. They've been working out year-round basically, so they'll be the ones that need the work is the pitching because they got to build their arm strength to get their arm up and working. So
yeah, they a bunch of them were down in Jupiter, those simulating games.
Oh yeah,
I know that they had Miles Michaelis down there, and I think Flaherty joined him, and now we got Flaherty hurt and Reyes hurt, and Hicks probably not going to make it to begin the year. So yeah, it's going to be a work in progress, as they say.
It's going to be interesting.
A little outside with the next pitch. 3-1 now to Darren Pennell. Bryce Limp waiting on deck.
But it's always fun to talk about the hot stove league.
Mm-hmm.
And, everybody has their opinions on stuff, and it's kind of makes it nice.
Yeah, that's what was missing this winter.
Yeah.
I mean, winter's not fun at all if you ask me. I can't stand cold weather and snow and all that stuff, and it's always fun to be able to talk about the moves that each team's making and the general managers and what they're doing, and we didn't have any of that this winter.
Nothing.
Another foul ball down the line, and it stays full. 3-2 now the count to Pennell.
And like you said, we just needed something to fall back. We needed something to keep our spirit into the game because we weren't really doing a whole lot.
Yeah, and a frustrating thing from a fan standpoint is you had all that downtime when the pandemic hit, when you weren't playing ball because of the pandemic, and that hit him, and Pennell's going to go down to first base. So you had that. You had a bad 2020 year because that's when it all started. You had a shortened 2021 season. So there was plenty of times for the two sides to get down and sit down and talk about these things before you had to institute a lockout, and that didn't happen, and that's what was frustrating.
I think a lot of players were a little upset with Manfred.
Oh, yeah.
Manfred. But you know what? They got a right to lock you out if they want. You just got to be ready when they open them gates because I guarantee there's too much money out there for them gates not to open.
That is true.
And that's a big thing. Players are making ridiculous money. But, hey, it is what it is. You just got to be ready.
We have a meeting at the mound, so we'll take a quick timeout. We're back in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Brady Pest and Termite Management is your local pest control source. The Midwest offers its fair share of pest problems, and Brady Pest and Termite Management is up to the challenge. Whether it's pesky rodents in the cold winter months or ants, spiders, and other pests in the warm months, Brady Pest and Termite is your solution. And termites? Brady Pest is tops in the Metro East in termite management. Do you have unwanted pests? Then call the best. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Call 343-1790 or on Facebook at Brady Pest and Termite.
Meeting on the mound is over. Bryce Limp steps in from the left side. He has Darren Pennell down at first base with 1 out. We're in the bottom of the 4th, 4-0 in favor of Collinsville. Kahok's trying to add on more, so Quincy's coach decided to leave Cook out there and talk about things, and we'll see if that helps. Swinging a high fly ball. This one is going to be into the corner. Is it going to be caught or is it going to be out of play? And that one is out of play. Boy, I tell you what, if we would have had a little wind blowing from right field to left field, that might have been pushed into a home run, but it went the opposite direction.
It very easily could have.
Short porch out there, and
that's how it was when I
think
played.
that's where the hot tub is they have out there, too.
They had Wrigley Field, the wind would blow out, I'd hit the ball on the ground.
There you go.
The wind would blow in, I'd hit the ball in the air.
Figures, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Next pitch
Nice
to Limp.
bunt.
Yep, bunt down the third base line, and that's going to move the runner over. Throw to first base is in time for out number 2. That was close.
That was close. He got down the line pretty good.
So Pinnell moves over to second on the sacrifice bunt. And it goes 5-3 for out number 2.
I wonder if he did that on his own or if coach gave him the bunt right there.
I don't know.
With one, there was no outs. Now there's one, there's two
outs.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Turner struck out to start the inning, and then Pinnell was hit by the pitch.
Right.
Limp gave himself up to move the runner along, and now we're back to the top of the order in Colby Anderson. Anderson has a double, and he was hit by a pitch. He has a stolen base, and he scored 2 runs. That's a pretty good afternoon.
That's a real good afternoon.
Anderson looking for something to drive here. Cook looks in, works from the stretch. Cook has been working from the stretch every inning. We've had base runners in every inning for Collinsville. Checks on the runner, brings it home, and Anderson goes fishing for it down low and swings right through it. I call that the Willie McGee special.
Throws the same pitch, he'll hit a double.
No, I know. 0-1 the count to Colby Anderson.
This is just a nice ballpark.
It is. That brown turf almost looks like dirt, doesn't it? Almost.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
So you can see the shining on it there in first base.
Yeah, and that little circular pattern they got out there at second base kind of gives it away. 1 ball, 1 strike to count to Colby Anderson. Runner at second base, that's Darren Pinnell. Cook. And bluff a throw over to second base. Pinnell wasn't going anywhere. He was only about 2 feet off the bag.
One step and a dive.
Wind looks like it shifted directions. That American flag's blowing at us now.
It sure is. It's not very much of a wind.
No, not much. Cook checks on Pinnell again, brings it home to Anderson. Swinging a high fly ball. That'll get out of play.
It's a good at-bat right here.
Yeah.
Battling.
Young lady brought her glove, but she was playing catch-up here on the deck with somebody else and didn't see that ball and almost hit her.
Got to pay attention all the time.
Yeah. Heads up, heads up. All right. Anderson digs back in from the right side. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count against him. Pinnell has his lead from second. 2 outs in the inning. Swinging a chopper down third base, but that goes foul. And heads down into the home bullpen area.
This kid play football too?
Oh, yeah. He's the quarterback.
Oh, he is?
Oh, yeah.
He
got the
looks
quarterback at home plate and got one of his wide receivers down at second.
All right.
Colby Anderson had an awesome year as well. He is inching up in the record books, and he's just a junior, so he has 1 more year left.
And the quarterback's senior, correct?
No, both of them are juniors. And another ball out of play. Yeah, Anderson and Pinnell are both juniors, so they'll both be back next year. Actually, I think Pinnell might be, yeah, he's a junior. No, he's a sophomore, so he'll be a junior next year. Anderson will be a senior.
Because they had a pretty good football team.
I believe. Yeah, Anderson graduates in 2023. That's next year, right? Right. Okay. Just checking. Still remains 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at second. Here's the next pitch to Colby. And another chopper. This one's fair. Third baseman Walker had to wait for it to come down. Not in time. And it's thrown away. Anderson is going to be awarded second base on the overthrow. And he'll be in there with a RBI infield single. And Colby Anderson's afternoon keeps on getting better. So Anderson switches places with Pinnell. Collinsville has scored a run in every inning thus far.
Keep that rolling.
I'm telling you. 5-0. Here is Chris Tillman. Tillman is 0 for 2 on the afternoon. Looking for something to hit here. Looks at one on the outside corner for a called strike.
This is a pretty big boy right here.
Yeah, he is. I'm surprised he doesn't play more than just this sport, though. But, you know.
That's all he plays is baseball?
I think so.
Huh.
That one gets knocked up onto the party porch here at GCS Ballpark.
It's a pretty nice party porch, too.
Yeah. If there would have been some fans there, they've been scrambling for a souvenir.
Or running.
Yeah, that too. Running scared. 0-2, the count to Tillman. Here's the pitch from Cook. It's outside. Nice stop there by the catcher, Medemeyer, or else it would have been off to the races for Anderson. One ball, 2 strikes to count now to Chris Tillman. Here comes the 1-2 from Cook. A little high, 2-2. Good eye there by Tillman because that was over the plate, but just a little high.
That was definitely.
Ethan Bagwell waits on deck, hoping to get a chance to bat here in this inning. Cook from the stretch once again. Checks on Anderson at second, brings the pitch home to Tillman. Swinging a little blooping fly ball. That one's going to be in foul territory, but the third baseman, nice try by Walker, but that little hop that he took right at the end of that might have cost him a catch, and the at-bat stays alive for Chris Tillman. So Tillman will dig back in from the left side. Cook back on the hill. He's ready. Checks on his runner once again. Brings it home. Swing and a miss, but the ball gets away. Tillman's on his way to first base, and he'll be there safely. So a little break there for Tillman. Strikeout and a wild pitch.
Yeah, that was a wild pitch.
We'll put Tillman down at first base, and that'll put Anderson on over at third. So runners on the corners for Collinsville. Last time they had runners on the corners, they ran themselves out of that situation.
Yep.
Ethan Bagwell will come up. And Ethan has an RBI double, plus he scored when he doubled. He also had an RBI ground out, so 2 runs batted in on the afternoon for Mr. Bagwell. Not a bad quarterback himself. He quarterbacked the freshman team to a pretty good record a couple of years back. Cook does the old, I'm going to step over to third, whirl around to throw it at first, but you know what? That artificial turf on that mound had other ideas.
And that play never works.
No, it never does. Runners have their leads. Bagwell at the plate. Cook pitches. Outside, called a strike. See if Collinsville can get a little 2-out something going on here. They've got a run in every inning, looking to add on. Bagwell stands there, waving the bat, waiting for the pitch from Cook. And Cook jumps off again. And he's got a runner over at first base. Now it worked. We can't say that anymore, can we?
Nope.
That never worked. Well, I saw it work once, and I saw it right here. And that play goes 1-3 for the third out. So for the second time in this game, Collinsville had runners on the corners but ran themselves out of an inning. So we'll head now to the top of the 5th inning. And Collinsville still enjoying their lead. It's now 5-0 in favor of your Collinsville Kahawks. And we're back to tell you all about the 5th inning after a brief timeout here on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Just because we're adults doesn't mean we don't have toys, am I right? If your adult toys consist of boats, campers, or RVs, then you need to call the GASA storage team of professionals. Winter weather in the Midwest can be quite harsh, and finding a place to properly store those expensive toys for winter can be just as rough as a Midwest winter. That's where the GASA storage team comes in, with outdoor self-storage and covered storage for your toys. They even have tractor-trailer parking. Conveniently located at Horseshoe Lake Road and 111 in Pontoon Beach. GASA Storage, for the safe storage of all of your toys. Contact the GASA Storage team, gasastorage@gmail.com, or call today, GASA Storage Team, 618-797-6100. Collinsville High School alumni Stacy Lauenstein, CHS class of 91, Lisa Bassetto, Sarah Sulke, and Tracy Lemp, CHS class of 94, Tony Geisen, CHS class of 96, and Kevin Robinson, CHS class of 99, want to wish all of our Kahawks a great year. We look forward to cheering you on and supporting you. Work hard on the court and the field, as well as in the classroom. Remember, once a Kahawk, always a Kahawk. Hashtag Kahawk Family.
Once again, welcome back to GCS Ballpark here in Sauget, Illinois. We are just east of downtown St. Louis. Matter of fact, if there was a window behind us, you could see a great shot of downtown St. Louis. Swing and a miss. First batter up is Roland Zanger, the right fielder. His only at bat resulted in a strikeout, and that was back in the second inning when Tillman struck out the side. Next pitch from the big Kahawk lefty. A little outside, ball 1-1. Collinsville has scored a run in every inning. 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the third, and 1 in the fourth, and they lead 5-0. Next pitch on the way, and a offer. They're going to ask the first base umpire. He says no swing. And Zanger works the count in his favor to 2-1. It'll be Zanger, the right fielder, Sam Skirvin, the first baseman, and Brady Walker, the third baseman here in the fifth inning for Quincy. As that ball, I was going to say was in the dirt, but there is no dirt.
That's why I like watching these kids slide into second base.
Yeah.
And then you get up and they start rubbing their shirt off.
Yeah, a little artificial turf stuck on their jerseys. Tillman ready with another. And here it is. Swinging a little rope out to left field. A one bouncer to Bryce Limp. And Quincy has their third hit of the afternoon and their first leadoff hit. And that belongs to Roland Zanger. That'll bring up Sam Skirvin as Quincy tries to get something going here late in this game.
Number 3, Sam Skirvin.
So Sam Skirvin steps up to the plate. He was the final strikeout victim of Tillman's when he struck out the side in the second. And for Skirvin, just his second at bat. First pitch to him, swing and a miss. Looks like Quincy may be getting some action going in their bullpen. Collinsville, their bullpen's empty right now. They're going to stick with Tillman for a while.
Depends what its pitch count is.
Mm-hmm. Tillman from the stretch. Brings it home. Outside. Ball 1-1. Tillman once again back to work. Throws over to first base without even looking. He didn't look until he threw. I noticed the last time I was going to say he checks on his runner, but he never did check on him. At least not with his head. He could with his eyes. Of course, I can't see those eyes from here.
I don't think the first baseman can either.
No, probably not. He would be a little sun-aided there. Another throw over to first base, and back in there is Roland Zanger. Z-A-N-G-E-R. First name Rollin. R-A-U-L-I-N.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that first name before. Tillman's ready to pitch, and that one's low. And 2-1. Tillman needs to go back to what he was doing earlier, and that's throw strikes.
You start worrying about that runner. Throwing over to first a couple of times. Don't worry about that runner. Get the hitter.
Next delivery. Inside. 3-1. Tillman about one ball out of the strike zone away from giving Quincy multiple runners for the first time in this game. So Cy Turner will call a timeout and come out and talk to his lefty hurler. Brief conversation that it is.
What do you tell him right there?
Throw a strike? Because, you know, that conversation didn't last very long, so it couldn't have been much more than that.
I mean, he's throwing a 3-hit shutout.
Yeah.
What do you tell him? Well, I guess they got it figured out.
Well, whatever he told him, it worked.
It worked.
Swing and a miss. 3-2 now the count to Sam Skirvin, the first baseman for Quincy. Tillman back to work. Here's the pitch. High, ball 4, he walked him. So for the first time today, Quincy has runners on first and second. Nobody out. And now Coach Swip wants to take that long walk to the mound to talk things over with his pitcher and his team. And while he does that, we will go ahead and step aside for a moment, and we will be back in just that moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Got vinyl? Rich's Record Emporium on Main Street in Collinsville can take care of all of your vinyl needs and more. You can peruse through thousands of records, from country to hard-to-find jazz. And classic rock, it's always in stock at Rich's Record Emporium. Used vinyl by the hundreds, plus new releases by new artists as well as reissues by classic artists. Don't forget to check out the audio room at Rich's Record Emporium. There, you can test out all the latest in audio gear, from top-of-the-line speakers to the latest in new turntables, plus amps, streamers, and all of the accessories like needles, belts, and more. While you're there, check out the music-related wall art, as well as t-shirts, record cleaners, and so much more. Plus, if you can't find it at Rich's, they will do their best to find it for you. Come check out Collinsville's only record store, Rich's Record Emporium, 131 West Main Street in beautiful uptown Collinsville, 618-795-1333, online, richesrecordemporium.com.
Big thank you to Rich's Record Emporium in Collinsville, one of our great sponsors, and they wanted me to remind you that if you mosey on into their place in downtown Collinsville or uptown Collinsville, whichever you call it, and you tell them that you heard their ad on the Kahok Sports Network, they will give you a 5% discount. That would be on albums and any of the accessories. Plus, they have great sound equipment there, too. My wife and I just purchased a new sound system and turntable and speakers, and we did that right after Christmas was over. And boy, it's a big improvement over the 1985 set that we had in our house before that. So get over to Rich's Record Emporium, 5% discount on any of your purchases there at Rich's Record Emporium in Collinsville. Well, we said that we didn't have anybody warming up in the bullpen, but we do have a pitching change as Ryan Kremer, the junior, will come in and pitch for Collinsville, and he was not warming up, as I mentioned, so he's going to get every opportunity to go out there and throw some warm-up pitches and get his arm ready before he has to face the bottom three in the order, unless we can get a double play here or there, because he'll come in facing a runner at first and a runner at second after a single and a walk. Quincy trying to make some noise here as they are down in this contest by a score of 5-0. Looks like they'll probably give him a couple of more throws, and everybody starts to head back to their bases.
Yep.
Umpire says 2 more pitches and you're finished, sir.
Tillman threw the ball well.
He did.
He threw the ball very well.
Kremer was not on the varsity team last year, so no stats to pass along to you from last year, as they were all on the JV side, but he'll come in and he'll have to face Brady Walker. Walker was a strikeout victim his first time up, batting for just the second time. So he has Zanger down at second base, Skirvin on over at first base. And now Quincy will have to get used to a right-hander after dealing with a lefty for almost 5 innings. And Kremer is ready to go. And the first pitch to Walker is on the way. Swinging a high fly ball. This one's going to stay in the park. And first baseman Ethan Bagwell in foul territory has it for out number 1. That's a big out because now a double play can end it.
That's absolutely right. That's a big out.
So 1 out. Runners have to stay put. Here's Logan Eaton, the center fielder, who lined out in a nice diving catch by Colby Anderson back in the 3rd inning. Runners at first and second, 1 out now. Kremer, he delivers. That one's a called strike, so he's up there throwing strikes.
That's something we didn't see the last couple of years.
No, we did not.
Constantly throwing strikes. It's part of it. You got to pound that strike zone. Just go after hitters.
Yeah, Chris Tillman did that for most of this game, and then he ran out of juice there in the 5th inning.
Started throwing over to first base.
Yeah.
That might have been a reason he might do that, because he probably was getting tired.
Yeah.
Trying to catch his breath.
That is true. 1-1 the count now to Logan Eaton. Infield looking for a double play ball. Here's the pitch from Kremer.
Ooh.
That's a strike. Hits that inside corner low. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Runners on at first and second. And Kremer back to work. He pitches. Swinging a bouncing ball right over Kremer's head. Comes to the shortstop, Pinnell, and his throw over to first base is in time for the out, and a snap throw back to third, trying to catch the runner asleep, and that didn't work, but there are 2 outs in the inning. And that'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Kenny Taylor.
That was a nice play. Shortstop took his time. He didn't rush everything and still got him by a step.
So first base is open.
So we can get this 2-out sacrifice fly.
Kremer's ready, trying to get out of this inning with no damage being done. Swinging a little line drive right to the first baseman, Ethan Bagwell, on an excuse-me swing, and that did it. The line out to the first baseman ends the inning as the Blue Devils strand 2. They left 1 out there after a hit. 1 was out there after a hit batter. And Collinsville living large here tonight so far. No runs across after the first 5 innings for the Quincy Blue Devils. We will head to the bottom half of the 5th. Collinsville will see if they can add on to that 5-0 lead, and we'll be back here in just a moment to tell you all about it on the Kahok Sports Network.
Chapman Trucking, LLC. Chapman Trucking is a local Collinsville business owned and operated by 1994 Collinsville graduate Christy Chapman. With over 10 years of experience, Chapman Trucking, LLC can take care of all of the heavy lifting when it comes to hauling aggregate materials such as sand, driveway rock, dirt, boulders, and more. That includes getting your heavy work equipment to your work site where it needs to be. Give Christy a call for a free estimate at Chapman Trucking, LLC, 618-960-9346, or online at chapmantruckingllc.net.
In times of financial uncertainty, how can you stay on track? Call on someone who's invested in your success. In Collinsville, that person is Jason Regg, your Collinsville Edward Jones financial advisor. Jason Regg will work to build a complete picture of your financial life, including your unique goals and passions. Jason Regg of your Collinsville Edward Jones office plays a big part in the community and the Collinsville Unit 10 School District with his Kahok Educator of the Month award. To take care of the things along the path of you and your family's financial journey, call Jason Regg at the Collinsville Edward Jones office at 618-344-0252. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
And once again, welcome back to Sauget and GCS Ballpark, where we are into the bottom of the 5th inning. Collinsville leading 5-0. They'll have to deal with a new pitcher as Quincy is bringing in the sophomore, Brady Lowe, the righty. Lowe did not have any pitching stats last year, so he'll get his first taste of varsity pitching, and he'll do so. In the middle of the order for Collinsville, Ethan Bagwell, Josh Scrum, and Isaac Lemansky. Bagwell was at the plate when Chris Tillman got picked off at first base. So Bagwell will get another opportunity here, and the first pitch is high and outside. Ethan on the afternoon had an RBI ground out in the first and an RBI double in the third. 1-0 the count to Mr. Bagwell. Here's the pitch. Stays high, and Brady Lowe trying to pitch himself into some trouble right off the bat. He brings another one home. This one's inside. 3 straight pitches out of the strike zone. That's not why you brought your pitcher in, is it?
No.
No, didn't think so. I'm sure the manager didn't walk up to him and say, hey, man, I want you to walk the first guy.
Set up the double play.
Set up the double play. Swinging a high fly ball. This one is going to stay behind the plate, but the catcher has no idea where it is. First baseman does. That's a fair ball, and they're going to throw over to first base, and Bagwell is going to be out because he didn't leave the batter's box. Wow. I don't think Bagwell knew where it was either.
I don't either.
I think he thought it was in foul territory because the catcher, Medemeyer, had no idea where it was. And the first baseman ended up catching that ball on the bounce and threw it to his second baseman covering. So that play is a rare 3-4 putout for out number 1. There's a swing and a line shot. That one's right to the center fielder, though, and that was a very quick out there off the bat of Josh Scrum.
Let your defense play for you.
Yeah. Quickly 2 away before I even had a chance to change my scoreboard to the first out. That's okay.
Oh, yeah.
At this point, I'll take it, man. I'm supposed to be meeting my wife and daughter at 5 o'clock for dinner, so Collinsville's up 5-0. We can get through this inning 1, 2, 3, and we can take care of the rest of the innings 1, 2, 3. I'll be happy with a 5-0 Kahok win. How about you?
Be perfect.
Yeah. Low pitches to his next batter, Isaac Lemansky. Lemansky has struck out and singled. He knocked in a run with that single back in the third. As Low works and brings another one home, swinging a foul ball down the first base side. Bottom of 5, 2 outs. Collinsville leads 5-0. And the Kahawks have scored a run in every inning thus far, and they're in jeopardy of breaking that string right here.
Is Tillman down there throwing?
I wouldn't think so.
I can't tell. Someone was down there throwing.
Yeah, I saw that and was trying to catch the number, but I couldn't. I think Tillman's just down there. Yeah, he's just down there stretching out, keeping loose. Because Tillman is the designated hitter in the lineup today, so he still has to bat.
That's right. That's right.
Lowe is ready with a 1-1 pitch. Swinging a little slow roller out to Schwindler at second. He waits for it, picks it up, throws in time for out number 3, and a rare 1-2-3 inning by the Kahawks up to the plate. And that will send us to the top of the 6th. Collinsville still leads this thing by a score of 5-0, and we're back to tell you all about the 6th inning here in just a moment on the Kahawk Sports Network.
The reviews are in. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville is a hit in the Metro East. Folks both local and just visiting the area are calling Old Herald Brewery and Distillery a must-stop destination in Collinsville. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville is located at 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville and is home to one of the only restaurants in the state with their own brewery and distillery that produces some of the best brews and spirits in the industry. And the food? All created by an in-house chef using local ingredients that will please any palate. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville has daily specials for both inside diners as well as offering curbside pickup specials and family-size specials. And don't forget to take home a bottle or a growler of beers brewed on site at Old Herald Brewery and Distillery. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville. Check their Facebook page for daily specials, online ordering at oldheraldbrewery.com, or give them a call at 855-8027.
I got a doubleheader softball game Saturday. I don't know when my next baseball game is. I got a busy week next week. I think I got games on Tuesday and Wednesday of next week, and then I got going to the Blues game Thursday and going out of town Friday to a concert in Peoria. Todd Duke and Oberfell back with you from GCS Ballpark here in Sauget, Illinois. And we're in the top of the 6th inning. Quincy still looking to get that first run across the plate. They can wait until the next game, if you ask me. Back to the top of the order. Connor Schwindler will lead things off, followed by Noah Harbin, Grayson Cook, and if anyone can get on, Luke Medemeyer. And they will face young Mr. Ryan Kremer. And a swing and a miss. Schwindler has already struck out once, plus a fly out to Jackson Perrell in the 4th inning. Kremer ready to work. And a chance for the second baseman, Pinnell. He's up with it. Throw over to first base in time, out number 1. That was a nice play by Darren Pinnell over there at short.
Just didn't rush. It's half the battle. Just stay under control. This is fun to watch.
Yeah. And I'll bring up Noah Harbin. Yeah, we didn't get a chance to enjoy much of that last year, did we?
No.
I think the only wins we got to see was that ugly doubleheader against East St. Louis.
That was 2 years ago, wasn't it?
Was it? I don't know. They all blend together these days.
They do.
Kremer pitching to Noah Harbin. Harbin has 2 hits this afternoon out of the 3 hits that Quincy has as a team. First time, though, he got picked off trying to steal second base on a 1-3-6 pickoff, and the next time he was forced off a second base after Grayson Cook hit a grounder to the infield to the shortstop, Pinnell. Kremer works to Harbin. Inside,
I remember you were trying to get the East St. Louis lineup.
Oh boy, that's always fun.
And the coach says, "Well, we're missing 3 guys. They're driving over. They should be here anytime."
Kremer's ready with the next, and that one's a little outside. Yeah, I think, and you know what? It's a 2-1 count. It doesn't matter what sport when it comes to East St. Louis, man. Their rosters are always wrong. Sometimes I can't even get them to give me a roster. It's like pulling teeth trying to get some information out of that school.
I think one of the coaches threw.
Yeah. Outside, Kremer's kind of lost control here a little bit. That's 2 straight outside, and now it's 3-1.
So you got 1 out?
Yeah, 1 quick out after the ground out to Pinnell at short off the bat of Schwindler. And now he's behind 3-1 in the count to Noah Harbin. So Harbin can be selective here. Kremer pitches in the dirt. Well, in the fake dirt. That's a walk. And that's the first walk issued by Kremer. So Harbin's on at first base, and Grayson Cook started off as the pitcher. Now he's just the DH, and he's up to the plate with a runner on at first base. And Cook has reached on a fielder's choice, and a little pop-up in the outfield, shallow right field into the glove of Josh Scrum all the way back in the first inning. Cook's ready. So is Kremer. He works from the stretch now and pitches.
Strike.
Yeah, a little high, I guess.
He reacted like it was up and in.
Kremer has kind of lost the strike zone here. The righty checks on his runner, swing and a shot down the line, but that's foul. Heads into the Kahok bullpen. Ryan Kremer, class of 2023. He's a junior. And he has a 1-1 count against his batter, Grayson Cook. Here's a pitch. Swing and a chance for the third baseman. And Lemansky comes up with it. Throw to second in time. Throw to first is not in time, and it wouldn't have mattered. It popped out of the glove of Bagwell anyway, but I think if it would have stayed in the glove, it would not have been in time.
Right.
So Cook, for the second time, reaches on the fielder's choice. And Noah Harbin is forced off of second base for out number 2. That'll bring up Luke Medemeyer. Medemeyer, the catcher. Strikeout victim his first time up and popped up to Josh Scrum again out in shallow right field. Couple plays out in shallow right that Scrum made from second. So Cook now has his lead, and he will not be courtesy ran for because he's no longer the pitcher of record, so they don't need to rest him, and he can run the bases as he sees fit. First one out of the strike zone to Medemeyer. Kremer ready with another, and here it is. It hit him. So for the second inning in a row, Quincy has runners on at first and second. And that's the first hit batter by a Collinsville pitcher here in this game. And now we will have a courtesy runner for Medemeyer, as coming in to run for the catcher is Evan Sohn. And Roland Zander will step to the plate with runners at first and second and 2 out. We're in the top of the 6th. Quincy's trying to get some runs across, see if they can get back in this game, as this game is now late. Scheduled for 7.
Can't give them extra outs.
No. Kremer has runners at first and second to deal with now. And the pitch to Zanger is in there for a called strike. Kremer once again ready. And he pitches. High fly ball. This one's going to stay in the park. Making his move into foul territory is Ethan Bagwell, and he has it for out number 3. So the inning comes to a close. And once again, Quincy could not get any runs across. As they strand a couple of more runners, we will head to the bottom half of the 6th inning. Collinsville enjoying a 5-0 lead, and we're back to tell you about their next at bat in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Ogle Auctions in Collinsville, your place for online auctioning. Go to ogleauctions.com to check out the week's items up for auction. Ogle Auctions deals in everyday items like board games, t-shirts, clocks, antique items, and more. To collectible items, anyone in the market for, say, a trolley? Or maybe you're into more treasure troves like vinyl albums, cars, or motorcycles. And Ogle Auctions is always on the lookout for more auctionable items. Ogle Auctions of Collinsville. Auctions every Sunday at 7 p.m. Check them out at www.ogleauctions.com or call Kim or Mike Ogle at 618-218-2117. Looking to buy a new home or sell your current home? Trust the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty with all of your real estate needs. The real estate market is hot right now, and you can trust the years of experience the Blaylock Group brings to the table. The Blaylock Group can help you find your dream home, or they can help you get top dollar for your current home. Give Peyton or Emily Blaylock a call today at the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty, 618-780-4622. That's 618-780-4622. The Blaylock Group of eXp Realty.
Bottom of the 6th inning here at GCS Ballpark in Sauget. Collinsville with a 5-0 lead. And the Kahawks bat here in the bottom of the 6th, enjoying that lead, and we'll lead things off with Jackson Perrell. Perrell, a strikeout victim, his both times up. He got caught swinging in the 2nd, got caught looking in the 3rd. And the pitch from low, foul ball. 2-1. Kahawks would like to add a couple more runs on, then come back and get a 1-2-3 top of the 7th inning and call it a night or a day or an afternoon or whatever we are in.
That would be nice.
Daylight savings time crap. I am so tired. I don't even know what time it is sometimes. I've been really tired this week, and this is the week that all the spring sports started.
Well, that's true.
Swinging a high fly ball. This one's headed toward the outfield. Who wants it? The center fielder is waved off, and it's Zanger out in right field who hauls it in. But I'm sure that Mr. Perrell is very happy that he didn't strike out, but also not so happy that he made another out, but at least he made some contact this time.
That's important.
He'll figure it out.
Baby steps.
Yep. Here is Cy Turner, Collinsville catcher. 1 away, and the first pitch to Mr. Turner is swinging a foul ball out of play. Again, I'll remind you, no post-game show. As soon as the last out is made, we're going to sign off the air and go join the wife and the daughter at Texas Roadhouse in O'Fallon for some birthday dinner for the 18-year-old. 18. She's acted like she's 18 when she was 12.
You're getting old, Todd.
I know I am. 1 ball, 1 strike to count, 1 out in the inning, and the pitch is low, 2-1. Turner up at the plate right after Jackson Perrell, and Darren Pinnell waits in the on-deck circle. And swinging a shot up the middle. That one's going to be in there for a base hit. And Turner is on base for the 2nd time this afternoon. He was courtesy ran for back in the 2nd inning when he reached on an error, and that was Jerry Richardson, and Richardson will come back out and run for Turner again. 6th base hit on the afternoon. Nope, excuse me, 7th base hit on the afternoon for Collinsville to go along with their 5 runs. So Jerry Richardson's on at first base, 1 out in the inning, and here is Darren Pinnell. Darren has singled and knocked in a run. He was hit by a pitch and scored a run in the 4th inning. Looks at one outside, ball 1. Collinsville, they are the home team, so all they have to do is pitch a 3-out 7th inning, and this game will be over. They won't have to take the field or take the plate at the bottom of the 7th. There's a throw over to first base, and Richardson's back in there. Looking forward to seeing Jerry Richardson at the running back position for the Kahok football team this coming August as well. He was fun to watch this past year.
I didn't get to see any games down there, but I heard there were some good ones.
Yeah, made the playoffs for the first time since 2010. First time since I've been doing the Kahok Sports Network. It was my very first opportunity to do a Kahok football playoff game. Yeah, it was fun. Fun season.
I don't think we won a game my senior year.
Football has not been a real good highlight for Collinsville in the past years, and as down to second base goes Jerry Richardson, and the catcher, Medemeyer, started to throw it down there but then changed his mind, and the ball came flying out of his hand right at home plate. Collinsville, they pick up their second stolen base on the afternoon, Yeah. So a runner at second, 1 out. Pinnell, a chance to drive home a run.
Yeah, our big sport was basketball, and then soccer started getting big.
Yeah.
But other than that, it was basketball.
Oh, yeah. Collinsville lives, breathes, and eats basketball. Thanks to one Mr. Virgil Fletcher, I can understand why.
Oh, yeah.
Here's the pitch to Pinnell. That one's in there for a strike. 2-2 the count now to the Kahawk shortstop, Darren Pinnell. Bryce Limp, he's on deck. Runner at second base, that is the courtesy runner Jerry Richardson after Cy Turner reached with a single. Here is Pinnell. Next pitch on the way from low. Swinging a shot up the middle, and Richardson, he's going to be waved home by Coach Swip. Here's the throw to the plate, and he is out at home plate. Throw down to second is not in time, and Pinnell is down there after he reached with a single, but tell you what, that was a bang-bang play. Nice strong throw from Eaton out in center field. That was on a rope.
Wow, that was.
So Richardson is out 8-2, becomes the second out. Pinnell reaches with a single for the 8th hit on the afternoon for Collinsville. Coach Swip wants to talk things over with the home plate umpire. I doubt that he's going to change his mind. So 2 outs in the inning now. And trying to keep the inning going is Bryce Limp. So I'm talking things over with the home plate umpire, and the home plate umpire looked down the ground and shook his head like.
Well, the way they rotate, the base umpire would end up at home, and the home plate umpire would end up at third.
Yeah.
But no, we dove into the turf and slid 5 feet, scored a run.
There's the first pitch to Limp, and that one's outside. Ball 1, or excuse me, he called it a strike. Strike 1.
Oh, now we're starting to umpire.
You know, we're right behind the umpire, so it's not like we're not over home plate here and can't see where the ball's going, but that one's high. That one's high. That was high. That's a ball. 1-1 the count.
We got 6-0?
5-0.
Well, that's right. Still 5-0.
Low checks on his runner at second, brings it home, swinging a bouncing ball to the first baseman. And Skirvin takes it himself over to the bag, and that will end the inning as that goes 3 unassisted for out number 3. Collinsville, no runs across that time. They got 2 base hits, and one of those base runners was left on the bag, and we will head to the top of the 7th inning. Collinsville just needs to get 3 more outs here, and they can secure their first win of the season, something they didn't get last year until game number 11 of the year. So that's nice to see, and we'll be back to tell you all about the top of the 7th inning after this brief timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both. And build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Visit Brad Keene with Visionary Wealth Advisors at his new Collinsville office located at 106 North Clinton, or call Brad at 618-467-8420.
Top of the 7th inning has arrived. I am Todd Duke on the other microphone, former Kahok high school baseballer and graduate, as well as hitting coach here at Grizzlies ballpark for a couple of years, but most notably known as the third baseman for your 1982 World Series champion St. Louis Cardinals. That's Ken Oberkfell on the other microphone. Say hi, Ken.
Hi, Ken.
I knew you were going to do that. I knew it.
40 years ago.
Yeah.
Can't believe it.
40 years ago. I don't know. I was thinking about that back in February last month. I was telling my wife, I'm like, it's hard to believe that it was 40 years ago this month that I arrived in Korea.
Yeah.
Right after I got out of basic training in the Army, and that's where I watched you guys win the World Series from at the the rec club there at Camp Greaves in Korea. So, yeah, 40 years for me doing that, 40 years for you winning the trophy. I think I would rather have traded places with you, to tell you the truth.
No, I kind of liked it where I was at.
All right, Collinsville just needs 3 outs to get out of this with the first win of the year, and we will begin with Sam Skirvin. And Collinsville trotting out a new pitcher as well as Ethan Bagwell. You know, he can throw. He's got an arm, man. He'll come in and try to pick up the win here, or secure the win for Tillman, who had a great outing on the mound, and he gave way to Ryan Krimmer. Krimmer did the same, and now we have Bagwell, who was playing first. That now is a job that belongs to Chris Tillman. And a 1-1 count to Sam Skirvin. Skirvin has walked and struck out in this game. Bagwell ready with the 1-1 pitch. Here it is. Outside and low. Ball 2, 2-1. Next delivery to Skirvin is up high. Boy, that umpire's arm almost went up. See that?
He was close.
He was. 3-1 the count, though, to Sam Skirvin. Skirvin, Walker, and Eaton. If anyone can get on, Kenny Taylor, the number 9 batter in the order, with a chance to bat. And a big swing and a miss there by Skirvin is, tell you what, Ethan Bagwell really reached down and threw a heater up there.
Yeah, so, he had a little cheddar on that pitch.
Full count pitch.
See ya.
Oh. That one must have been just a little bit high, so.
Catcher never moved his glove. It didn't look like
it.
Oh, well. Roll a pitch.
Can't be easy, can it?
Never easy. 27th out's never easy.
I'm telling you. Right now we're stuck at we're 27 because there's only 7 innings, so.
Right, but.
That would be 21. Yeah, that's it. 21 we need. So we're kind of stuck at 17. Here is a pinch batter. This is Joe Schroeder. Schroeder from the left side. Looks at one high and outside. Schroeder, he played last year.
Yeah.
200, 3 hits, and 18 plate appearances. Didn't get many plate appearances, but he got 3 hits. Bagwell works from the stretch, checks on his runner, and pitches, and it's outside. He can't find the strike zone right now. So that means that Cy Turner is going to call a timeout and go out and see if he can settle his pitcher down. Just stay in the moment, dude.
All you got to do is throw strikes.
Yep, don't be bigger than the moment. Just let the moment come to you, and that's right. Throw some strikes. 2-0 the count to Schroeder. With Skirvin on at first base, nobody out. Bagwell below delivers, and that one's in there for a strike. 2-1. Bagwell ready once again, brings it, swing and a miss. So from 2-0 to 2-2, tell you what, whatever Cy Turner went out there and said to him, it seems to have worked.
Sure has.
Next delivery on the way. Strike 3 called. Down on strikes goes Schroeder. For Collinsville, that's their 6th strikeout. as a team this afternoon. The first 5 coming from Tillman. And there's one away. Double play went in this thing. There's Logan Eaton. Eaton has lined out and grounded out in this game. He's 0 for 2. Pitch by Bagwell. In there for a strike.
He got a little giddy up on that fastball.
Mm-hmm. He's got an arm.
Yeah.
And a throw over to first base, and back in there safely is Skirvin. Right now, I just need to worry about getting Logan Eaton. Cahoks have had a couple of opportunities to turn some double plays today, but they just have been missing out on them. See if they can. Well, there goes the double play now. That ball gets away. First pass ball of the afternoon by Turner, and down to second base is Sam Skirvin. So the traditional double play is out the window.
But we can still turn one.
Yeah, a little line out right there. Step on the bag. Sure, I'll take it. 1-1 the count to Logan Eaton. Bagwell has his sign from Turner and brings it home high. 2-1. Kenny Taylor waits on deck, the left fielder, hoping he can get a chance to drive home Quincy's first run if Logan Eaton can't. 2-1 pitch from Bagwell on the way. That's a strike on the outside corner. 2-2. I don't know. May wake Eaton up and maybe he'll swing at a pitch here. Bagwell looks in for a long time to Turner. Now he has the one that he wants and then steps off. Guess he didn't have the one that he wants. Bagwell set to deliver again. Here it is. High and outside. Full count. Bagwell wants to get this 3-2 pitch in there for a strike. Here it is. Swing and a miss, and down on strikes goes Eaton. Back-to-back strikeouts by Bagwell. And the 7th strikeout of the afternoon for Kahok pitching, and Collinsville down to their last out they need to secure a victory here. And it's up to Kenny Taylor for Quincy to keep it going. Taylor is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a line out. Bagwell has a runner at second to deal with. He looks at him and brings it home. Just missed. Taylor got caught looking in the third, and then a soft little line out to Bagwell, who at the time was over at first base. Now Chris Tillman's over at first, and Bagwell's on the mound. Here comes the 1-0. 2-0. Already got text messages from my daughter. Is your game over yet, Dad? Not yet. Said we need 3 outs.
Now we need 1.
She's like, we're about 15 minutes away from getting sat at our table. I'm like, well, I'll call you and tell you my order on the way. Texas Roadhouse. I know exactly what I want.
Oh, heck yeah.
Here is Bagwell with a 2-0. That's a called strike. 2-1. Connor Schwindler, the leadoff man for Quincy, waits in the on-deck circle, and we hope he stays there. Of course, he won't stay there. He won't miss the bus or anything.
No.
Strand him there is what we're trying to say. Here's the 2-1. That one's in there for a strike. Kahok's 1 pitch away from securing win number 1 here in game number 1 of the year. And Bagwell would like to end it here with a strikeout. Bagwell from the stretch brings it home. Swinging a foul ball out of play. We'll do it all over again.
High fastball, strike 3. That's my call.
And, of course, I'll be late in posting the story about this game on the Facebook page as well because I won't do that till I get home.
No, that's all right.
I'm not going to do that while I'm sitting in Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah, oh, you don't blame you.
Another 2-2 pitch from Bagwell to Taylor. Here it is. Almost hit him. And another full count. Had a full count against Logan Eaton. Got him swinging. See if we can get Kenny Taylor to fish. 3-2 the count. 2 outs in the inning. Runner at second. Collinsville leads 5-0. Bagwell's pitch on the way, and it's a ball. He walked him. So runners on at first and second. And that's the third walk issued by Collinsville pitching here this afternoon. 1 by Tillman, 1 by Krimmer, and now 1 by Bagwell. And here is Connor Schwindler, who will get that chance to bat, and he's wearing the sombrero. He's 0 for 3. Strike out, fly out, ground out. Pitch from Bagwell. Inside. Come on, Ethan.
It's the guy you want to get out. You don't get that tying run up to the plate.
No, you do
don't
not.
Want to see that.
Schwindler awaits the next, and there's an off-speed pitch that finds a strike zone. Nicely done there, 1-1. The count to Schwindler from Bagwell. Bagwell brings another one home. Swinging a foul ball out of play. So once again, Kahawks are down to their final strike. Trying to get out of here with their first win of the year. That didn't happen last year until game number 11. After the Kahawks stumbled out of the gates and lost their first 10 straight.
Yeah, it was not pretty.
No, not very enjoyable. 1 ball, 2 strike pitch. Ooh, he held up. 2-2. Check swing, and they point down to first base, but the umpire is over there at shortstop. Yeah, the coach says he's safe.
That's beautiful.
2-2 the count to Connor Schwindler. Bagwell has runners at first and second. Bagwell looks into Turner. And then he steps off.
All right. Cat and mouse game.
The game of chess on a baseball diamond. Bagwell's back up there. He's ready to go. Here comes a 2-2 pitch. And high and inside. Another full count. Had a full count against Eaton and struck him out. Had a full count against Taylor and walked him. And this is the third batter in a row where Bagwell has gotten the count up to 3-2. Schwindler awaits the next pitch from Bagwell, and here it comes. Swinging a chance for the first baseman. Nice job by Tillman. Then he drops the glove, throws it, and out in time with Ethan Bagwell covering first base. Boy, oh boy, way to stay with that, Chris Tillman over there at first base. Man, that was a whale of a way to end this game, but it does come to an end. Collinsville wins by a score of 5-0. My name is Todd Duke. For Ken Obergfell on the other microphone. Got to go hang out with the birthday girl. Everybody, you have yourselves a fantastic rest of your evening.